Hello, Assalamu alaikum, Jami'an. Good morning. My name is Nibal, and I have my colleague Baha, and we have our colleague Mustafa as well with us. We are from Evotech, the technology operator for Tatmeen, and we are here to answer your questions and help you on board Tatmeen. Before we start, just a reminder that this call is recorded, and we will share the recording with you on the chat within 24 hours after the completion of this call. The objective is to answer your questions. So if you have any question, please raise your hand and we will allow you to unmute yourself and post your question. Okay. Yeah, and before we start with the questions, we had some inquiries over the last 4 weeks regarding the shipment cancellation API. So the challenge that we were having is that B2B users were able to send shipping events, but they were not able to send shipping cancellation events. So just to update you, the shipping cancellation API is now available. You can download the Postman collection from Tatmeen.ae for the B2B users who were asking about it and start testing it on the staging and then move to production as well. To start, I think we can start with the questions. Raju, good morning.
Good morning, all. Hope we are all doing good. We are actually from the hospital. Okay, we are from a hospital, and I have a question here to ask. So, hope you're able to hear me, right? Is my voice clear to you?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay. So, firstly, when we are doing the dispensing activity, right? So, do we have to send that patient information to you, like patient FIN or MRN details? Is that what is the first question? And secondly, so this question is a little bit bigger. So we have actually the dispensing system, which is different from the system which actually do the PO receipts from the supplier. Okay, so here the dispensing system cannot send the actual lot of the manufacturer which is being used. So that way we are actually using the lot expiring latest, and which can be different at times, the one which is used physically and the one which is we derived into the system based on the first expiry first out to process the transaction. So in this case, which lot supposed to be sent to Tatmeen?
Raju, well, the first question, we don't need the patient information. You don't need to send it.
Okay.
Okay. For the second question, sorry, I interrupted you because the questions are long. For the second question, you need to send the lot that is printed on the pack itself.
Okay, so whatever is being issued to the patient in that case, the one which is dispensed, that only we need to send, is it?
Yes. So the pack has this information. You send us the exact information. All you need to do is to send the serial number, and Tatmeen will figure out the rest of the data. Tamam?
Patient details, no patient details.
We cannot hear you. We cannot hear you.
Okay, so yeah, I got your response. Maybe I missed the last few words in your response. Can you please repeat?
Okay, regarding the lot or regarding the patient information?
This is lot. It is because lot.
Okay, my colleague Nibal is showing something on the screen. I'm not sure if you can see it, but he will read it out to you.
No, this is the question that Raju sent us.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's asking about the lot. Okay, so Raju, question is why would the lot or be different from what is actually on Tatmeen? Why would there be a mismatch?
No, the mismatch is here because actually the one which is used to the patient, we will not be able to capture it through the dispensing system because it cannot send us or it cannot recognize the lot.
Okay, that is something that we discussed earlier with other hospitals, and the unfortunately, what is mandatory from Tatmeen is that you scan the barcode or you provide the details that are on the secondary packaging, including the lot number and the expiry date. Now, if your system, your software cannot capture that, then you have to somehow figure out an intermediary that would be able to capture these details and send it to Tatmeen along with the details that you have it in your software solution. So we are not requiring you to save these fields on your software, but at least find an external solution that would grab those details from the 2D matrix code, attach it to whatever is on your point of sale system, and send it to Tatmeen. That is the same that we had earlier.
Correct, yes. Yeah.
Okay, so in any ways, you are saying that the one which is dispensed to the patient, that lot only supposed to be sent to the Tatmeen, right?
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Okay. Again, one more question. So in case of this IP, right? So inpatient, outpatient details, it is very clear. So whatever we issue to the patients in that particular unit of measure boxes, we will issue it out. But in case of inpatient, it is very at a granular level, like one tablet, and let's say it is 2-3 tablets, which are not in a package level. In that case also, or in case of any fluids, I think fluids we are not tracking. But in that case, what we need to do?
So طيب Tatmeen does not support partial dispensation, Raju. And even if you go to a pharmacy, an external pharmacy, sometimes they give you a strip of the medication. Tatmeen does not support partial dispensation. So you, in your operations, you have to decide when you consider a pack dispensed, when you first open it or when it finishes. And based on that, you report accordingly to Tatmeen. I have to take this.
Okay.
So,
Raju, one thing I want to add here. Can you hear me?
yes,
Yeah.
Mr. Bobby.
Okay. So one thing I want to add here, I would highly recommend that you go to tatmeen.ae and there for the pharmacies, right? Go to the pharmacies there and then go to the training videos, go through them. They are very concise and then they give you all the concepts, right? Best is to read the manuals also, but at least go through the videos. They will give you all these concepts. That when you need to dispense, for example, right? As on the secondary pack, because we are not tracking on tablet level. So all this concept is there covered there.
Okay.
Because you're asking few questions, but you might have other questions, and all the answers are there in the videos.
Okay, I got that. Any other questions?
Okay, so my name is Ahmed. I'm working also in hospital-based. So we can summarize the requirement to track this this lot and expiry for outpatient, but in inpatient it could be a little bit challenging. So we'll avoid tracking this or we'll exclude it from the scope because we are following the unit dose and opening the box. So we can say outpatient only, we can track the patch and expiry dispenses without patient details. That's correct?
No, nothing is excluded. Nothing is excluded. What Mustafa is trying to help you with is to answer other questions that you might have. But what Mustafa said is once you open the pack, okay, or as per Baha, you need to decide at what level you need to report to Tatmeen. But you need to report to Tatmeen any item, whether it's inpatient or outpatient.
Yeah.
So for your example, the one which you're giving for the inpatient, right? So you're giving tablets out, right? Obviously, we are not tracking on tablet level, but you have a secondary pack. When you open that secondary pack, you have to share the dispensation, messages with Tatmeen. So at that time, from Tatmeen point of view, it gets dispensed. That particular serial number gets tracked. That it's dispensed. Now you can send it to multiple patients, but again, we are not the tablets to multiple patients, but we are not tracking on tablet level, like I said. Is it clear? First time you open the secondary pack, you have to share the dispensation information.
Okay. Fine. Thanks a lot. For now, this is the questions we have, and we will also further go through as you recommended the videos and manuals. Thank you very much.
Well, most welcome.
Ayman, good morning.
Good morning. Assalamu alaikum.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
Ayman, Sanofi Vaccine.
أهلاً.
أهلا بكم. Now we are good on track with all the shipments reporting, but last month we had a case with 2 shipments that were reported to Tatmeen, and in the message log, it's showing that all the steps were fulfilled and successfully reported, but we received a warning message without any message, accurate message or a clear message behind this notification, warning notification. So what should be the action, or what should we skip this message, or?
Can you send it to us and we'll have a look at it?
Okay.
It's usually warning messages are the processing continues. It's just a warning message. But let us double check that, Ayman.
Okay.
If you can share it with us, we'll have a look.
Sure. Thank you.
No problem.
That's it.
Zaki, good morning.
Hello, everyone. Hi, good morning. Zaki here from Pfizer. Just have a few questions. Highly appreciate your support and thank you very much for your time in this workshop. So the first question, there has been a couple of issues that we've been encountering where the case G10 is not being recognized by Tatmeen staging. So that basically causes the validation script to fail, and it's also been occurring in the production as well. When we reached out to BrandSync regarding this, they've advised us to change the aggregation method for the product to SG10. However, my question is, if we do change it to SG10 as per BrandSync's recommendation, would how would it basically be read? Like, would we have to make like a duplicate for the product, one at the SG10 aggregation and one at SSCC? Because as per my understanding is that once a product is aggregated at SSCC level, it should already have a SG10 aggregation.
Not exactly this way, Zaki. The product aggregation on SG10 level is different from the SSCC. SSCC is a separate concept by itself that is more general and that fits for any type of products. You can generate your own SSCC and put a mix of 5 or 6 different products in one SSCC. That is the SSCC level. The SG10 shipper case is a barcode or a 2D matrix or a product G10, individual G10 that has a predefined number of items from a specific product only. So if you have G10 number 1 and you want to make an SG10 case level for that G10 number 1, you get another barcode from JS1, call it G10-2, and that G10-2 has a predefined number of items. That would say G10-2 is G10-1 times 50. Okay, for example. This is the SG10 level. You are not duplicating. On Tatmeen, you will find them as 2 different products, G10 number 1 and G10 number 2, while actually G10 number 2 is just a case level of a number of items, again, assume it's 50, of G10-1. You are not duplicating, you are not overwriting.
Understood. Okay, so in this case, shall we just go into BrandSync and change all of the product aggregations to SG10 in order to prevent this error in the future?
If you are using shipper case, then follow their guidelines. Yes, I would recommend following BrandSync guidelines. But if you are not using shipper case, it's up to you how your method or how your packing and aggregation process is.
Yeah, so just I want to add here, right? Zenho, have you actually gone through the MOHAB serialization guide, which is on Tatmeen.ai?
We have, yes, but the thing is, from BrandSync's end as well, like there is kind of like there were information that we just wanted to have it a bit more clarified in our particular case.
No, but see, this is as a supply chain partner, your call, how you want to go. So, as we said in that particular serialization guide, there are 4 levels, right? So there is a secondary packaging, saleable unit. That always needs to be in a 2D data matrix format, SG10, right? Yes. Then you have the logistics units, right? So you can have a bundle or and a shipper case, either in SSCC format or SG10 format. So this is your call. If you want to go with SSCC, that is fine too, right? Tatmeen will still accept it. When you get to the logistics unit palette, that needs to be always in SSCC format. But again, in this whole conversation, I missed a part. Why you have been recommended to use SG10 for bundle and shipper case. Why not SSCC? What is the error which is coming? You know, all that.
Yeah.
If you can share this as a ticket, and then we
Mhm.
can guide you, but you are free to use either SSCC or SG10. The only difference, like Nibal is saying, SG10 has, like, when you have SG10, obviously you have a G10 for that logistics unit. Then you have to have the master data also, product master data for the logistics unit with attributes for that particular logistics units. SSCC doesn't have this kind of smart information. It doesn't have any product master at the back of it.
Okay. Because at the moment, all of our products on BrandSync, it's aggregated at SSCC. So then when we did get a case G10 error message from Tatmeen, we're trying to see how we could prevent this error from coming up in the future.
Again, I'm
Challenge.
getting confused when you say that all your products on BrandSync
Yes.
are aggregated on SSCC level. Because
Yes.
SSCC, like I said, it doesn't have a product master. BrandSync is just a master data repository. Transactional data you are sending directly to Tatmeen, to us, not to BrandSync. So this I don't quite get when you say that, you know, all your products are aggregated on BrandSync on SSCC level. You know, because there is no it. If you have this aggregation defined on BrandSync, then it has to be on SG10 level, or sorry, on G10 level for logistics unit also.
Okay, understand. Because
Yeah.
on BrandSync, there's two. There's SSCC and then there is SG10 level. So
Okay.
yes.
So I would advise you to send those screenshots. Send the screenshot of an error, you know, so we can go through what exactly is happening, what error is you're receiving, and then we can advise you.
Mustafa, we know the case. The case is that they are trying to commission a G10 that doesn't exist on Tatmeen. And when we checked what is this G10, we found that this is a shipper case G10 that is not recognized by Tatmeen.
Yes.
Okay, then obviously, you know, then on branching, this is not on SSCC level for this logistics unit. This is on, this needs to be maintained, you know, on a G10 level right there. So I think that part is missing.
Yes.
Because you have to
Okay.
maintain it on branching, and then they have to push it to us. Only then we would be able to recognize this G10.
Understood. So the ones which have encountered the error of a case G10 not being recognized on Tatmeen, you'd recommend us to go into BrandSync and change the aggregation method from SSCC to SG10.
Zaki, hold on. Zaki,
Sorry, yes.
sorry, if I understood what Mustafa and Nibal are saying.
Yes.
This is iPhone 14. It has a G10. Tamam?
Tamam.
Okay, if you're selling 10 units of iPhone in a shipper case, it should have another G10, totally different.
Okay.
Tamam? I think this is what BrandSync told you. If you are selling 10 iPhones in a pack, in a shipper case,
Mhm.
then please create a new G10 for that shipper case.
Okay.
Tamam?
Understood. Yes.
Yeah. This
Okay.
is the serialization guideline that Mustafa was referring to.
Mhm.
This is the G10 for the shipper case. So a shipper case with a G10 has a predefined number of items, and every time we see or Tatmeen sees this G10, Tatmeen should expect the same number of items inside this case. However, the SSCC is something else. The SSCC is a code that you can generate and you can put on any carton level, and you can use any products inside that SSCC. There is no predefined G10. That is something that you can do on the side in your factory and generate as many SSCCs as you want for whatever purpose you will use it. However, the G10 is something that you go to BrandSync, you have the product details clearly on BrandSync. On the aggregation level, there is a field where you can put the shipper case G10 on the inside the product details. However, when it comes to Tatmeen, the secondary pack, this one is a G10 and this one is completely different G10. This one was missing from your master data. This is why the error you were having. Tatmeen didn't recognize this G10 that you were using.
Okay, understood. I'm very sorry, but so in this case, how would we be able to resolve it? Is it just changing the aggregation method on BrandSync and resharing on Tatmeen?
No, not changing. And for example, if you already have a product on BrandSync and it's a single secondary pack, tamam?
Yeah.
Okay. You need, if you have a shipper case of 10 of this product, it's always 10, then you have to create a new record on BrandSync, a new G10, a new product data information on BrandSync. They will ask you for the usual documents that they ask you when you
Yes.
register a product, okay?
Yeah.
Then this data is pushed to Tatmeen.
Mhm.
Tatmeen can now see it. Once Tatmeen can see it, you can start commissioning using the shipper case, which contains 10 small cartons, secondary packs.
Okay, in that case, we'll just duplicate the same SKU and have it aggregated in the other level as well. So we'll have one as SG10 level and another one as SSCC level. Keep it as it is.
Correct. As if you're registering
Okay.
a new product, Zaki.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you very much for this. Another question regarding EPSIS file requirements. We're having one of our customers who is mentioning that they wouldn't be able in the future to accept any incoming shipments into their warehouse unless we start to share with them the EPSIS file. So just wanted to know in terms of the compliance and mandatory requirements, is this mandatory to share with them?
Did you, okay, let's, from our side, we don't want to comment on that. That's a commercial discussion between both parties in a business transaction. However, if you want the answer for your question, please go through the legalization, the legislation, Tatmeen legislation, which is also published on tatmeen.ae. If you find something that mandates that you share this file with them, then follow it.
Okay, sure. Also, another question. While reporting, for our batch numbers, there are special characters which isn't recognized by Tatmeen. Like there's errors coming up. So is there like any possibility, in the future development where special characters can be recognized by Tatmeen for the batches?
I am not aware of any challenges we were facing with special characters in the batch number. I don't know, Mustafa, if you are aware of any challenges on that.
Yeah, so I'm not sure about this particular case, but yes, special characters. Previously, there was another supply chain partner who was sharing, and those were failing.
Yes.
So currently, special characters are not allowed in the batch number. But we can always look into this. We have to obviously get the feedback from Mohap on this, and then we can look into this, how we can incorporate that.
Okay, great. Yeah, because it would be convenient for us from our end, because we have a couple of batches which come with special characters, and we have experienced some failed reporting because of that.
The definition by the ministry is it is alphanumeric.
Alphanumeric, yes. Okay.
This is what the ministry specified in the serialization guideline.
Understood. Okay. Another question. So just a suggestion also, if we're able to kind of like look into the functionality, if we're able to receive a notification 14 days in advance, perhaps, whenever there's any password expiry, so we can address any issues related to this. Because we do have a third-party B2B user who's supporting us. And every couple of days he's getting the password expired, and we've also encountered this issue as well. So not sure if it may be a bug, which is causing this, or if we're able to get a notification which will kind of like alert us in advance to change the password instead of just encountering that password expiry notification every time we're logging in.
Okay, Zaki, the password reset is a very simple process that is equivalent to receiving an email and resetting the password. So you're saying that you are sharing the password with the partner while the partner doesn't have access to the email ID used in the username, correct? Used as a user.
Yeah, from his end, he just wanted to mention that from a convenient standpoint.
But every time you log in now with the latest release, there is a multi-factor authentication
Yes.
that a serial number should be received. So resetting the password is as simple as receiving the serial number and putting it on the staging. It's not more than that.
Yes. Yep. Because he does use his own username and password, but then the password itself expires, so he has to generate a new password every couple of days.
Okay, let's review that, but
Okay.
I have never seen anywhere somebody reminding me that my password will expire in a few days. I don't know if that is common. I'll check if that is really a requirement, then we might consider it.
Sure, thank you. And just one last point. If in the future we would be able to view the list of quantities of the serial numbers that's uploaded in a delivery, so like basically we would be able to kind of like verify, the upload versus what's received on Tatmeen, just like to be able to verify in the future. It'll be more convenient.
As quantity?
Yes.
No, quantity there's no field for quantity on Tatmeen. It's not there. The Tatmeen deals with individual serial numbers, individual one by one, item by item, secondary pack by secondary pack, but there's nothing that is quantity. And I don't see it in the near future to be added to Tatmeen.
Okay, understood. Okay, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you, Zaki. Thank you very much.
Muhammad Iqbal? Muhammad? Muhammad, can you hear us?
Good morning, Muhammad. Can you hear us?
Okay. Rafiq, good morning.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes, Muhammad, we hear you now.
Assalamu alaikum.
Sorry, Rafiq, we hear Muhammad now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have few questions actually.
Sure.
We have completed the test case and we submitted the report. And after that, for example, for the existing stocks in the pharmacies, you requested for the file upload, right? The bulk file upload initially. All right.
Okay. I'm not sure I got you properly, Muhammad. Sorry.
See, actually, we have completed the test case and we submitted the report. Okay. And Tatmeen, they accepted that the test case report, whatever we submitted, that's fine. And my question is now, the next step, it will be the bulk stock uploading, right? I mean the file upload, existing stocks, whichever available in the pharmacy, we need to give you in the specified format in the file, right? We need to upload in the Tatmeen portal.
Okay, Muhammad, the existing stock file we requested, that is close to the go live date around December. And the reason why we asked that is we didn't want the pharmacists and dispensaries to scan an item that entered the UAE before Tatmeen go live, and then they will face errors and warning letters. However, now we are releasing the invitation without that requirement. You can just proceed normally with the registration to BrandSync and receive the testing environment, use the testing environment, and once you are confident that you are familiar with Tatmeen, you can request for the production username and password. But the existing stock is not something that we are asking for any longer. No.
Okay, that's good. That's great. And next question. So once we connected with live with Tatmeen, okay, in production. So still some suppliers which we are receiving the goods from them, they are not connected with Tatmeen. So they are sending us the data, whatever items they are sending us, which were not included in the Tatmeen. So how we will track that? Because in the pharmacy we are keeping all together. So that time there might be the issue, right? So what you recommending on that? What we need to do in the pharmacy level? Because we cannot stop the purchase also. Once we connected with Tatmeen, we cannot stop the purchase, right?
Okay, so you're saying they are sending you items on Tatmeen and items that are not on Tatmeen in the same pack?
Yes.
On the
Yes,
same.
yes, yes.
Okay. Well, the only way to figure out is either ask them to split the items, the Tatmeen items and the non-Tatmeen items in separate packs. That's one method if you want to do it. Other than that, you can use the mobile application and scan all the items. Some of the items will be accepted, and some of the items will tell you unrecognized item, which means it's not on Tatmeen.
Okay, all right. And I have another one question. In that case, when they are suppliers, okay, so we will keep it in the same shelf only. So maybe 10 items are there already existing stock. So I'm purchasing now 100. We are keeping all together 110. So when the farmers people they are dispensing, they will not come to know whether this is already entered in the Tatmeen or this is not reported to Tatmeen. They will not come to know. So just simply they will report to Tatmin in case the code is not there, it's not a verified or valid code, system will give you the message only, error message, right?
If
Is
they
there
are
any problem on that?
if they are trying to dispense an item that is not on Tatmeen, the mobile application or the system will tell them unrecognized item. Correct. Is there a challenge on that? No, I would say. However, in the future, if you receive a counterfeit product and you try to scan it, you don't need just to ignore the warning. You need to look into it and see, is it really a counterfeit product or is it an authentic product? Because once all the products in the country are reported to Tatmeen, you need to execute this validation process from your dispensaries. Correct?
Okay, okay, all right.
Uh,
And the next question is, the Tatmin is already live from December, right?
yes.
So, okay, I will send you the email, the details, whatever required, I'll send you by email better. Because you guys told you guys will send us the production link. So I will request for that through email. Better.
Sure, no problem. We will check whether you have used the staging environment, Muhammad, or not. If we see that you have actually used it, whether shipping, receiving, dispensing, aggregation, whatever you want, whatever any message, and once we validate that you have actually used the staging environment, we will send you the link to the production system.
Yes. And
Okay.
we have sent the test case also. We have attached documents, everything. We'll see.
Perfect.
I will send you the drop an email. Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Rafiq, good morning.
Good morning, Rafiq.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Nibal. Thank you so much. Yes, how are you?
Good. How about yourself?
Fine. Alhamdulillah. Mr. Nibal, I have some queries. So just I have to clarify with you. Today, see, for example, supplier reporting to Tatmeen.
Yeah.
For example, before getting the import permit, can be update the aggregation data today without getting the final permit number?
No, because we cannot commission those products. Aggregation means grouping the items that were already on Tatmeen into an SSCC or SG10 case level. But if the items are not on Tatmeen, then how can he do aggregation?
No. If the item is already in Tatmeen,
the items cannot be on Tatmeen without an import permit number.
Okay, so for example, the data he can make it ready by the supplier by himself to be, he can upload it as a like in advance. And it's something if he get it, if we apply for import permit, it will take maximum like 5 days, 4 days working days. Okay. He is in time, in the time duration, he make it ready for the updation in the system. He go and update the data. There is possibility anything today?
They cannot do commissioning to Tatmeen without an import permit number. So if he wants to prepare the file offline on as an Excel file, CSV file, whatever they're using, or on their system, that's fine. But they cannot do anything on Tatmeen. The first step on Tatmeen is to commission the data or the serial numbers to Tatmeen. And without an import permit number, they cannot do commissioning.
Okay, so the final permit is a mandatory.
The shipping permit is mandatory to create a record for that serial number on Tatmeen, which is called commissioning.
Actually, the first level is there and second level is there. Second level is the final one, though, so that you need the final one only, I think.
That is the shipping permit number. To be clear, the first one is the import permit number, which Tatmeen doesn't recognize. And the second one is the shipping permit number, and that one is what Tatmeen uses for commissioning.
Okay. So now the thing is done and he submitted the data. For example, he got the final permit from us and they submitted.
Yes.
Okay. And then the data, some technical issue happened, something after they ship the goods. Airway bill, everything is done. We receive the shipment in the UAE land. Okay. There is something failed delivery happened. Something. failed happen in the reporting when we have something acknowledged or we some data maybe after some time, like after receiving the shipment in UAE. So is this anything releasing shipment will be some restriction will be there?
Okay. My understanding is that the ministry will not allow, or the customs will not allow the products to enter into the country to your warehouse if they were not commissioned to Tatmeen. Okay, so if there is a technical error that caused the manufacturer not to commission the products to Tatmeen, then
Okay.
Mohawk Customs will not perform the customs clearance and the products will not enter to your warehouse. Now, alternatively, if the manufacturer is having a problem, they
Okay.
can send you the data on an Excel file, a
Oh, yeah.
CSV file, and you, as a licensed agent, are authorized to handle the commissioning on behalf of the manufacturer if the manufacturer is having a technical challenge.
Okay, so you mean that today we are like, for example, if anything temperature issue happen, we used to keep it in quarantine area. So we will not release the shipment until drug inspector comes there and check it, and he will make it releasing the shipment. So in
Locally, in your local warehouse,
in
not
local,
in the airport.
not in the airport.
Yeah. That I don't think will happen when Tatmeen or Mohawk Customs will implement the Tatmeen legislation.
So in which level they will check it this whether the shipment need to release in the port level or
Yes.
something
Yes.
or in our warehouse level?
Yes, on the port level, prior to the customs clearance or during the customs clearance, that is the first level. And then there is another level. Okay, so on the port, there are two things. The federal customs or the customs who will do the customs clearance where you pay duty, if any. And the second one is Mohawk Customs, or who are at the port, at the airport, also inspecting shipments and allowing the customs clearance. Now, the second level is the market release, where they will come to your warehouse and perform the market release so that you can release those products. Now, even the first one, which is the customs clearance, will not happen without Tatmeen clearance, without Tatmeen reporting.
Okay, so this is the final drafting from the Tatmeen side, or just this is just you have some opinion from your side? This actually.
I think we need to follow the legislation, Rafiq, regardless of my opinion.
Okay, fine. So that I will because I need to update our suppliers as well, so that they have to have a proper data and the information that to update in Tatmeen portal. So without any failed happen.
Yeah, Rafiq,
So
just to add to this, right? So when you're saying that, if some temperature excursions happen, you then quarantine it in your warehouse, right? This is, and then customs guys currently come and inspect it. Is that what you were saying?
yes.
Okay, so still, system from Tatmeen point of view, Tatmeen still allows that, right? So what you can do is basically you can move these items physically, obviously, and then in Tatmeen also you receive them in your particular warehouse.
Yes.
And then custom staff can still come and inspect it. And currently when they are doing the good, the import clearance or import clearance rejection or customs clearance or the custom release or custom release rejection, they can still do it in Tatmeen. It doesn't matter if it's in your warehouse. You see, again, this is we're talking about system versus operational. Operational, obviously, Mohawk has to decide how they want to continue with the way they are working, but system still allows them to do these clearances, right?
So the failed is happens something, they can technical issue, they can follow up with Tatmeen and they can rectify.
This part I didn't understand. The last, there's a technical issue. Who can follow up with Tatmeen?
Yeah, you mean that if a supplier can raise this, if anything failed happen, so the supplier can reach you and what the reason is the failed happen. That can be done from your part, right? You can complete this. You can resolve these issues.
No. So again, this is not what I was answering. What I was answering about is when you're saying, there is temperature excursion. This is operational thing, right? This is not Tatmeen failure. So operationally, if you are basically quarantining something, right?
No,
so
my question
Tatmeen
is
allows
actually.
this. Yeah.
Sorry for that. Actually, not temperature, because I mean just to give one instance that when any excursion happen, any temperature should happen, it will be kept in our quarantine area for releasing the shipment. So like that same instance happening, like for checking, if reporting failed from supplier and drug inspector come and check during this level, or in the port level, he will check it for releasing the shipment.
When you say reporting failed to Tatmeen, you mean?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So if the reporting fails,
Yes.
right? And if you cannot report to Tatmeen, that's a technical issue you're talking about,
Yes.
not the operational issue.
No.
Obviously, when it fails, it is not, Tatmeen doesn't know about it, as earlier mentioned by Nibal, right? So if Tatmeen doesn't know about it, so nothing can happen. Customs cannot even do anything in Tatmeen, right? Because if they come, they cannot see anything. So you have to rectify that. As Nibal was saying, if commissioning, for example, fails,
Yes.
you as a licensed agent or an MAH, basically they are, either of them can basically commission the items, right? So you have to look what is failing and then basically.
That's fine. That's very good. Excellent. The other question, Nibal, for next question, for the government health authorities which we are supplying, like Dubai Health Authority, RAFED, EHS, GHQ, all these entities. Now today, where they stand, that they have done everything registration with in Tatmeen, and they have a platform perfectly, and they organized.
Or you can ask them, Rafiq.
Sorry?
You can ask them directly.
No, we are sending them official emails every day, every alternative days. So still they didn't acknowledging anything. If we are even shipping the goods.
Keep sending emails.
So not that we will do that, but anything, because they have a GLN and we reported through their GLN already. But still, these goods are under our ownership only until they don't acknowledge. So do we need to do the testing with them or something? We need to reach them directly.
As I said, Rafiq, you have to talk to them.
Okay.
We can facilitate, but they have to do the work on their side as well.
Okay, no, because the RAFED, they approached me and that they are trying to visit our warehouse and they want to check it, how they want to implement the process.
Who was that? Who was asking you?
Dr. Adnan.
From DHA, right?
No, RAFED, from RAFED.
I'll tell him to get in touch with Evotech. They will tell you what you need to do exactly.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Then good. Okay, the next is.
Yes, sir.
And the shipment restrictions, still it is the same what current is going on, because so some suppliers are not ready and not reporting Tatmeen. So we can go, we can accept the shipment still. The same what we are current process is happening.
We do not have any exemption or any extension of it. If you are asking about any exemption or extension, it should be the ministry deciding on that.
Because out of stock situations, some item anesthesia items and lot of items, they are out of stocks. So we post we need to avoid all the out of stock situation. So we are accepting the shipment.
Accept it. Don't stop anything, Rafiq. Accept it. Even if they're not connected to Tatmeen. One day they will be forced to. So continue your operations as normal.
Okay, thank you so much. There is one more query, last query. Actually, there is a dental company, Septodent.
Sorry,
dental products, which is using for dental, tooth anesthesia items. And these items they are ready for reporting to Tatmeen. But the issue is locally in UAE, these items are supplying to only the medical centers and the cosmetic level. Actually, these centers are not connected with Tatmeen and they didn't register until now. So did Tatmeen or Mohab are given any guidelines for them to register as a GLN, or just we need to wait until we have a further notification to them? Because we are approaching them.
They haven't registered yet?
Yes, they don't know about this at all.
They don't know is their problem, because we've done a lot of commotion around Tatmeen, and the ministry themselves, they conducted a number of sessions.
Actually, they are not pharmacy. They are not pharmacies. So they are not separate hospital, which is registered. Something they are medical center, that cosmetic surgeries they will use to do it. So if they want it a GLN, means they don't know about it.
Yep. How come they don't know about it? Are they licensed by Mohab?
That's the thing that we need to discuss with them. We asked them that we don't have any notification.
Rafiq, it's not you. Don't put extra responsibility on yourself. It is very simple. If you are registered with Mohab, then you don't have an excuse to say that I didn't know about this. No. We have reached out to everyone that is registered on the MOHAB systems, including these centers. If they're not checking their emails, that's another story. But the legislation is very clear. MOHAB licensing is very clear. If you are licensed by MOHAB to practice any activity within the healthcare sector and you're dealing with pharmaceutical products, then the norm is you have to connect to Tatmeen, you have to get a GLN, etc., etc. If you decide as an entity that you're exempt, you bear the consequences of that.
Exactly. No, we are ready for accepting to reporting Tatmeen and
No,
everything
I'm not
is
talking
fine.
about you. I'm talking about them,
Yes.
Rafiq. If
Yes.
someone decides in a cosmetic center that they are exempt from Tatmeen, it's their call. But the legislation is clear. If you're circulating pharmaceutical products, you have to connect to Tatmeen. Full stop. What I can tell you as a licensed agent, do not stop any supply chain activities, even if the recipient is not connected to Tatmeen, because one day they will be forced to connect. So continue.
Very clear. Okay.
Tamam?
Very good.
Okay.
Yes, that's perfect. So thank you so much, both of you. Thank you so much.
And one last thing, if anyone is telling you, if you know that they should be connected to Tatmeen and they're saying no, the least you can do is to send them the link to this meeting and let them show up, and we can explain to them what they need to do.
Sure. So I will share them again for them, because every 15 days we are reminding everyone and we are sending them emails that to have registered with Tatmeen and register with the brands.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you. Bala Raja.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Yes, that's right.
Good
So I
morning.
think, yeah, so my question already Rafiq covered, but, just to ask, like, in case MOHAB asks, start reporting government institution orders and tenders, so there won't be an import permit reference number. So is Tatmeen is ready to accept such deliveries?
So MOHAB requested, sorry, what? So you're asking
No.
about?
So now for the tender and government institution orders or deliveries, there is no import permit required for those deliveries. Directly they can be delivered. Okay.
Correct.
So if MOHAB asks to report them to Tatmeen, so how are we going to handle them?
Okay, there are two on the serialization guideline. There are few items that are classified as exempted from Tatmeen, and those. Let me quickly share my screen. Those are these free samples of pharmaceutical products, but not the free samples that you send to clinics and doctors to use your products. No, the free samples are the ones that you just referred to, are used for RFQs for the ministry or for registration purposes. Those ones are exempted. But the free samples that you use to market your products and give it free to doctors and clinics, these are not exempted. These ones, you can, if you can prove to the customs authorities, to MOHAB Customs, that these are used for a certain RFQ or for registration purposes for the ministry, then they are exempted.
Thanks.
Yeah,
But
clear. So yeah, it's clear. It's clear. But how about the regular, like vaccines, so the other products?
Oh, okay. You're asking about products that you sell to the HA and the OH.
Yes,
right?
correct. Yeah. So
Okay. Those you need to reach out to the ministry and follow up with them. That is something that we are also.
no, yeah. So we are following with them. So today, yes, it is not mandatory to report them. So in
Yes.
case in future, like coming months, if they come back and asks like, okay, you have to report them. So then still there won't be an import permit for
No,
those
it will be
deliveries.
thought of. It will be thought of, Balaraja. They will not just decide that you need to report them knowing that there is no import permit number. No, if there is a decision taken to start reporting those items, then for sure they will review with us how to report them to Tatmeen without a shipping permit number, which is not the case at the moment. So you don't need to worry about that. You just need to continuously ask them whether it's exempted from reporting or not.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Rafiq, you're with us again. Let me just allow you to unmute. Yes, you have the mic now allowed, Rafiq.
Yeah, sorry, Nibal, one question.
No,
I missed it.
sure.
So Nibal, see now in the Tatmeen portal today, is there any possibilities to get the reports like what we reported to Tatmeen and not acknowledged by the pharmacies and the hospitals?
No,
We can take
Rafiq.
it.
No, that is not accessible for the industry. It's accessible only for the government, for the ministry.
Okay, so because otherwise, how we know that this cereals are if I want to reconcile my stock also in the warehouse, so can I do the serial numbers? Can I check it or something like that to know that serial numbers in Tatmeen which cereals are?
Yeah,
And
this
that-
is something which
Go ahead.
is which few supply chain partners have all requested in the past. You know, basically stock what you have, right, from Tatmeen
Yes.
in Tatmeen, as well as what you are receiving from shipment point of view in Tatmeen, right? So these are pretty big requests, which few supply chain partners have requested in the past also. We are actually looking into this right now,
Yeah,
that
please, if
whether
it is
this
a
is
very
something which we
helpful,
would want
actually.
to provide or not. Again, this is something which we have taken note of, and then we obviously will discuss it with Mohab and see how we move forward to implement it or not implement it, but basically at least discuss it.
Yeah, exactly. Because we at least we can start people who we are reporting them. Then I can take the list of that JLNs and I can send the notification to them so that you didn't acknowledge this. Because it is really always it will be under our ownership if they are not acknowledging.
See, okay, now you're asking for something else, right?
Yes, that's one
But
more
you're
thing
sending
also.
sending to you know, the destination location. Now you're asking about this, right?
Yes.
That information, we don't plan to provide that information because this is operationally, right? So when you are sending something from your location to their location, now what we can look into is to provide something is your stock which is in transit,
Yes.
the stock which is sent out and the stock which is coming in, right? So you can have
Yes.
some from reconciliation point of view, you can see, okay, this is the shipments I have to receive, and this is the shipment which my suppliers have to receive. So yeah, we can look into that also, right? So, but currently, again, we don't have anything like that.
Okay.
But
Thank
point
you so
taken.
much. Thank you. Thank you, Nibal.
Thank you, Rafiq.
Thank you, Rafiq. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
With the Rafiq question, I think we can conclude this call. Thanks everyone for joining us today, and we'll have this call next week, hopefully. So have a great weekend and talk to you next week. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye bye.
خلينا نشوف اللي هي بسرعة.